So Donald Trump posted his thing where he was Jesus, and then he tried to lie and say, no, I wasn't being Jesus, I was a doctor. You guys don't have a good sense of humor. But if that's the case, then why, after deleting it, is he now days later posting more images of himself and Jesus, as if to say, no, I can make myself Jesus, you can't stop me, because he just posted this. The radical left lunatics might not like this, but I think it is quite nice. And it's the post of a guy named Irish for Trump that says, I was never a very religious man, but doesn't it seem, with all these satanic, demonic, child-sacrificing monsters being exposed, that God might be playing his Trump card? And I don't understand why there's a space before every comma and the exclamation point. The guy has a lot of problems. And then there's an image of Jesus hugging a guy that almost kind of looks a little bit like Donald Trump, if Donald Trump was masculine and in better shape than he's ever been in his life. And so there Trump is saying, no, see, I can do the Jesus thing. I don't really understand the meme, because what child sacrificing monsters are being exposed? Is that a meme from like 3 years ago when you guys were telling yourself that Trump would expose them? He's not. He's the one covering it up. Irish for Trump, wake up, what the hell? Anyway, so I guess it wasn't about him being a doctor. He really does like the Jesus thing. And this wasn't the only time that Donald Trump made clear, in just the last day, by the way, that he desperately wants to be able to post himself as Jesus, even if his argument has a few flaws in it. See, he posted this. Somebody, Anne Marie, had said nobody had problems with this. And it's two old magazine covers of like Newsweek, where back under Obama, they had either a sun behind his head or a LGBT like rainbow themed, oh my God, the ring around, oh my God, why am I blanking on the word? Halo, thank you. Halo, I was more of a Call of Duty guy myself, but he had a halo around his head. And there Trump is like, aha, see, same thing, except, no, it's not. Obama didn't make those. Obama did, also it's Newsweek. I don't have the highest standards for Newsweek necessarily. They did it. And by the way, I'm sure lots of Christians had a problem. You think Fox News didn't have a problem with that when it happened? You could Google it if you want. I didn't. I'm sure they had an issue with it. But again, that's not him doing it. And it wasn't slop. They paid an artist to actually produce that, I'm sure. But anyway, Sharon, I want to have a little bit of fun with this with you. I don't want to end angry. So we're being told by Donald Trump to stop being Buzz Killingtons. It's fun to do deep fakes. It's fun to play with AI, and it's totally cool for Trump to be in heaven as Jesus. And so a lot of people have said, okay, then in that case, let's have a little bit of fun with it. And they're producing things like this.
Your reckoning has come. What is this? No!
Now look, I don't like that imagery, but it does seem much more in line with what Jesus would actually do if he saw Donald Trump's memes and Donald Trump's actions in the world. And honestly, that's probably the most compelling video I've seen AI ever produce. But it isn't the best. It isn't the best specific alteration of the Donald Trump thing, I think, and I apologize to some of you for what you're about to see, but this one's pretty good. Now, I'm not sure who generated that one. It's either Brett Ehrlich or Brian Noem. I'm not sure, but maybe AI's not that bad, Sharon. What do you think?
I don't have a problem with it, okay? Look, the Pope pretty much told us the Pope pretty much told us what, yesterday, the day before, they're all running together, what His Highness thinks of Donald Trump and his actions, his ongoing actions, so that people are plugging it into AI and coming up with these fun videos, these extra large videos. I don't have a problem with it, okay? And frankly, what they're generating is a better image than the real thing. This is, someone has incredible imagination. because they're giving the prompt to AI. It's not just that they're saying, maybe AI has learned that this is the buffoon that we're dealing with here at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. But I think it's beautiful. Keep them coming. We need some relief here. And I'm not trying to, join in blasphemy and all this stuff. And I respect other people's religion and their beliefs, but this guy doesn't. So we're allowed to generate these things, John.
Yeah, I think they're great. I think it's some people have said that AI can never produce true art. Well, consider yourself chastised there, chastened. But yeah, what my favorite detail about the dancing one, and by the way, I wish that we could have the original Madonna like a prayer music over it, is at the very end, everybody starts clapping, and you can actually see the guy still passed out starts clapping. That's how good the dance is. And some of you might think, well, this is just another example of AI producing something unrealistic. There's no way Trump could have bazongas like that. And I disagree. I think that if you just moved the Kenkel weight north a couple of feet, you'd produce something pretty close to that. So anyway, I'm not gonna get on AI for being unrealistic in this case.